Today's video is brought to you by Oxedo LED lighting. You might think that you can see just fine at night. Well, I did too, until I did this little upgrade. As you can see from this footage, here is some before Oxedo LED lighting, and here is some after Oxedo LED lighting. The difference is amazing. With high brightness and easy installation, Oxedo LED lighting is definitely the route for you. They're easy to install, and they're available for all makes and models. Click on the link in the description below and enter promo code 612motorsports at checkout to get yourself 15% off. Now back to our video. Hello and welcome back to another episode of 612 Motorsports. In today's episode, we are in Big Lake, Minnesota at the Big Lake Car Condos. Now, we've seen many of the same sort of scenarios scattering out throughout the United States, becoming a very popular thing. As you can see behind me, there's just garages and garages and garages. There's also a little car show behind me across the street in the parking lot. We'll check that out here shortly. But we're going to take a walk through here, see if anything sticks out, jumps out at us, something that we really haven't seen before. I'm excited to be here. Never been here before, heard wonderful things. Let's get into it. But before we do, you guys know that routine. Go ahead, hit that subscription button, the notification bell, leave a comment, a thumbs up, all that stuff. It's super helpful, and it's very greatly appreciated. All right, let's get into this show. that's gonna wrap things up for us here today. It was a pretty good show. I was surprised to see a lot of stuff that I've never seen before. And the further away you get from your own, you know, home base, you're gonna start to see some other different things. I did have to park pretty far away, so I'm on a little journey here, but we're gonna head home now. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, stay positive, work hard, and make it happen.